Welcome to the recorded public meeting for case 2023CP006001. This meeting is being hosted by Councilmember Hauser, planning staff Andrea Barber, Corey Clark, and Amelia Lewis, as well as the applicant team. During this presentation, we will go over the purpose of this meeting, background information, policy and zoning, requested land use policy, the applicant presentation, and then, of course, if you have any questions, how to reach out to the planning staff to get those questions answered. The applicant submitted an application to the Metro Nashville Planning Department requesting to change the land use policy for the area outlined in red on the map. It's early in the review process for this application. The Planning Department is hosting the meeting in order to explain requested changes to the Bellevue Plan and provide an opportunity for community members to ask questions, express concerns, and let us know your thoughts. The input received at this meeting weighs heavily into Planning's recommendation to the Planning Commission. I will be listening and making notes on the questions and comments received. The applicant wishes to change the land use policy from rural maintenance and conservation to transition, while conservation policy will remain in place for properties located on Highway 70 South and Harpeth Valley Place, north of Interstate I-40 at Highway 70 South and Harpeth Valley Road intersection, which is about 22.5 acres. Since the late 1980s, Nashville has used community plans as a means of applying Nashville Next, the countywide long-range plan, which is very broad. Within Nashville Next are 14 community plans that are tailored to the issues and needs of each community. These community plans, along with other plans, guide where development and preservation should occur in each community. The area we are discussing has a star on it and is within the Bellevue Community Plan. These plans are created with the community, adopted by the Planning Commission, and updated with the community. They are not stagnant documents or snapshots in time with the ability and process to be amended. In order to implement the vision established in the community plan, we use land use policy, which addresses the form and character of development. Every property in Nashville has a land use policy referred to as a community character policy. Each policy is defined in this document, the Community Character Manual. These policies are the standard by which future zone change requests are measured. We also use the transect, which is a tool for categorizing, understanding, and guiding the various development patterns of a region from the most natural, T1, which is open space, to the most intense, urban, of T6, which is downtown, the most developed part of Nashville. You can see in these pictures the character of the natural and built environment of each transect. Highlighted is the T2 rural transect. Policy is important because it is the guidance that rezoning requests are measured against. If a zoning request is supported by the existing policy, there is a higher likelihood that the Planning Commission will recommend approval. If the request is not supported by the existing policy, Planning Commission is unlikely to recommend approval. So an applicant may apply to change to a policy that does support the zoning request. Each property in Davidson County has a policy and a zoning district. Policies provide guidance and represent the vision for an area. Applying a policy change with a plan amendment does not change the current zoning. Zoning is law, a set of regulations that control the physical development of land, including land use, density, height, setbacks, parking, access, landscaping, and signs. Now we will discuss the land use policy. Rural maintenance, T2RM, is intended to maintain the general character of rural neighborhoods as characterized by their development pattern, varying setbacks, building form, and land uses. Balance maintaining the rural countryside and existing rural development patterns with new development. Where transportation infrastructure is insufficient or not present, enhancements may be necessary to improve pedestrian, bicycle, and vehicular connectivity. Please note that conservation policy will remain in place and will not be changed. Examples of appropriate land uses in rural maintenance include maintenance of the land in its natural state, small-scale agriculture and related, accessory and support uses, residential, institutional, and rural subdivisions. Transition policy is intended to enhance and create areas whose primary purposes are to serve as transitions between higher intensity uses or major thoroughfares and lower density residential neighborhoods. These transition areas can minimize land use conflicts while providing opportunities for small-scale offices and a mixture of mainly moderate to high density housing types. General characteristics include the predominant uses in transition areas are small-scale offices and moderate to high density residential and various building types. Examples of appropriate land uses include residential, office, and institutional. Next, we will discuss the applicant's presentation. This is the site plan of the proposed development. This image is the front elevation of the proposed building. This image is the back elevation of the proposed building. If you have questions or would like to leave a comment, the next slide will provide information on how to do so. Case 2023CP 006001 will be heard at the Planning Commission meeting scheduled for April 27, 2023. You can email me, Andrea Barber, at andrea.barber@nashville.gov. Or you can give me a call at 615-880-2466. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.